If you want to see me create my first look using the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. And yes, I am going to play with this palette today, the Naked Wild West palette. I have done swatches of this lovely beauty. I will put the swatches right there for you. And today is the day that I'm going to do my first look with it. Now, there are quite a few options in here, no question, but what I want to do today is I want to use this color right here that is just calling to me. I also want to use this one and probably this one and this one. Those are the colors I have in mind, but of course, as soon as I start using a palette, I can change my mind. It happens almost every time. And I ask you to bear with me because, you know, I'm exploring it. I may have swatched it, but I haven't used it yet. I could change my mind. It happens. That said, let's dive right in. Okay, so to start, I think I'm going to go in with Lauder right here because I already have a the NYX eyeshadow base in 03 set with a matte light beige from a Buxom palette. And that's very often what I do before I start a look, so it's very much in line with what I've done with other palettes, and I find it works well for me. So I would always prime my eye before an eye look no matter what. So because of that, I'm going to go right into this one, like I said, Lauder, and I'm going to be using the brush that comes with the palette because that is something to be evaluated as well. Fluffy side first, like I said, going into Lauder, and I'm going to use the palette's mirror because we're checking out the palette, right? Now, one thing to note, if you haven't seen the swatches video, is that I looked at the mirror in that video and thought, you know, there's a plastic on this mirror, and usually there is, but the edges of it were so subtle that it was really hard to see. So I thought I would mention it if you have that palette and you haven't noticed that there is a plastic on the mirror, because it was so well installed on top of the mirror to protect the mirror that I think it's easy to not see it, at least on my palette. Okay, so that is effortless, and here I am applying it while I'm talking to you. I love to do the inner brow. That all depends on your eye shape, but it works pretty well with me or for me. I'm just going to go again in the crease and outer lid. I would just want to deepen up that crease with a very friendly color. Okay, and I'm going to go to the other side of the brush, back into Lauder, and I'm going to go along the lower lid. I wouldn't call it lower lash line because I'm going quite wide. I'm angling the brush kind of sideways so I can get a little bit more color. And I promise it will not look crazy once I do the liner on the bottom. So that I think looks pretty good. What do you think? Not too bad as a start, not too bad as a base. I feel like going back in here with no more product and going just a little bit higher with the color. Is there? Oh yeah, I can use standoff as a brow bone highlight, so I'm not getting too far ahead of myself here. And for the brow bone, I'm going to use that smaller side or smaller brush, and I have my color switch, which is just a washcloth. Took the Lauder off, and I'm going to go into standoff right here onto the brow bone. And if you've noticed, I've only started or only been using the brush on one eye is because I'm going to do the other eye off camera to save some time. Now, once I did the swatches for this palette, I got really, really excited. So I hope that it is as good as I think it's going to be. I may have said that already, but that's a consistent thought in my head. Let's go to Pony Up, which is the opposite end of the palette, and I want to use that to deepen up the outer crease, outer lid, and probably outer lower lid as well. We'll see how adventurous I get. But a densely packed brush like this is usually pretty good to pack on. Oh yeah, that's effortless. To pack on some color in one specific area. So that's looking pretty good. Going into the crease high enough for it to make a difference, and going back to that same brush that has still some of that, what's it called, Laredo on it. I didn't even have to go in for more of that color. I'm going to go back again on that dense side and take Pony Up down a little bit on the lower lid, closer to the lash line than with Laredo. Something on my nose. Oh no! Oh no! There's some fallout. I was wondering what was on my nose. I got a little bit of fallout from what I've been doing here, so that's something to know. Might want to tap off the brush before going to the eye application. Okay, I think that that's enough with that one, although I am tempted to go up higher, but I think it's going to be an intense enough look without going too crazy. Now I am going to use a different brush because I want to go now into Cowboy Rick, which is this one right here. And for that, I'm going to use my favorite brush, the Multitasker brush from Smashbox that is discontinued. I don't know what they're thinking, but I'm going to go into this lovely Cowboy Rick color. And it's quite a pointy brush, so I feel like I have enough control that this product is not going to go all over the place. And I'll probably switch to my finger in a minute, but this one gives me a lot of control with application. Okay, nice. I'm going to go a little bit further out with this one and then move to the finger. Okay, going into the pan with my ring finger, and we're just going to put that on about 2/3 of the lid, I think. For anything else on my face, by the way, and if you want to see the shadow names again, take a look at the description box. I write all of it down there. And I want to go in again with my multitasker brush because I want to have a little bit more shine on the inner lid. Okay, so we have a really basic monochromatic look, and we're going to mess it up with some more color because I said I wanted to go into this one, right? That is going to go on my lower lash line, and I think it's going to look really good. So let's do that next. Now the small brush end on this double-ended brush is too thick in my opinion for what I want to do, the precision I want for the lower lash line, because I want it to be liner-like. That I'm going to use this Precise Smudger brush from Smashbox, and I think it's going to do a great job with text. Again, it's that really, really deep bluish green, teal, some might say. And I'm putting some on each side, just on each edge of this brush, and I'm going to go along the lower lash line, going from out to in. And the reason I do that is it's a lot more forgiving if I have some fallout and whatnot on the outer lid for me to wipe off than the inner lid. I always start with the outer edge of the eye. Now I've gone back in for some more color, and I've only added some on the one side of the brush now. So I want a finer line, and I keep the amount of powder that I have on the top of the brush, so I have more control about distribution of the product. I have learned that that is what works, at least for me. I don't mind this at all. And there's no liner or lashes yet on the upper lid. I think that is looking super pretty. It's edgy, but it's still pretty wearable. I'm happy with that. That looks really good. So I am going to do the same thing as what I just did on the other eye, and then we can finish up the look together. Okay, here are the two eyes done when it comes to eyeshadow. And I used exactly what I did on the one eye, on the other eye. And now I am ready to do some finishing touches. So first thing I'm going to do is take care of the upper lash line and mascara. Now I don't have the Perversion liquid liner, so I'm going to use the Fenty Fly Liner and the palette and just take care of the upper lash line. I don't often do these steps on camera, so I thought it would be nice to do it today. And just getting the upper lash line done, and I am going to put 0 from Urban Decay on the upper waterline. I'm not going to do anything too funky here because I think that the lower lash line is already pretty punchy. I don't think we need to do anything dramatic. Okay, so that's all I'm planning on doing on the upper lash line. I really like the simplicity of this look. It was not arduous in any way, shape, or form to do, and the lower lash line is really what adds to the interest of the look itself. I think it looks pretty darn good. It's so hard to do a wing without using both hands. Let's see how it works. Okay, so it skipped a little bit, so hang on. I need to fix it. And it won't be fixed perfectly because I'm not starting over. Now you know why I do the liquid liner off camera, because I need 2 hands. I just need 2 hands for that. Now I'm going to use the I said I was going to use 0 on the upper waterline. Okay, and here it is. If you are squeamish, look away. So go right in there on the upper waterline. Okay, and what I want to do is just on the inner waterline, I want to use the Urban Decay liner that is new to me, new to my collection, which is called Invasion, and it goes really well with text. So let me find that. So I think you would agree that it would look really good with text. So I'm going to put that on the lower waterline. So I'm doing that right now. Gosh, they match perfectly, I swear. That looks great. It's just a little bit deeper than text. There we go. It just really kind of intensifies the eye look, doesn't it? Okay, I think I'm done with the Naked palette. And now we're going to do, I say that, but I need the mirror. We're going to put Freak on. We're going to get our freak on with this palette again, because I forgot I need some help. Now, this is a freaky, it's a good thing it's called Lash Freak, because it is a freaky mascara. It just puts on so much at the very beginning, and then you work it out. And the lashes look great. There's only once on camera where it went a little wonky on me. But I just really like the effect. You never have to wonder if you're going to get full coverage on your lashes with this mascara. It is a guarantee. I don't know, I haven't had the experience yet of how it dries out. but I'm really, really enjoying it. As in, I haven't had any issues with it drying out and clumping on me, because I think that this brush might be an issue if you let the mascara dry out too much. But that's just speculation on my part. I have no evidence of that at this point. It's just something that's on my mind. And this mascara, I don't find that I want to do a second coat. I find that it's just enough as is, which if you're not a patient person, this is a good mascara. It is definitely a new favorite of mine, and I have not put any on my lower lashes. I don't tend to like mascara on my lower lashes, and I feel there's enough interest on that part of the eye anyway. And I'm pretty happy with it. Although, just based on how the look turned out, I think that Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk doesn't look so good. I thought this was going to be a bit cooler looking. I mean, it's cool, but it's... I don't like this pairing. So let me find another lipstick, and you can pretty much bank on the fact that it's going to be an Urban Decay lipstick. Let me find one of those, and I will be right back. Okay, I decided to go with this one, which is called Liquid, and it's a very sheer but moisturizing lipstick, and I like what this is looking like more so than I did with the other color, which was that Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, the deep version of Pillow Talk. I like it. I think it turned out well. The only thing I'm going to do extra on this look is put some setting spray on as soon as I'm off camera, which is going to be the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and just because I'm trying to finish it. And yeah, I am pretty happy with this first impressions. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you have some favorite combinations with this palette, let me know. Let's just take another look at it. I would love to hear what some favorite combos are if you have been playing with this palette, and if you have not, but you have some requests for combos, let me know what those might be as well. I would love to hear. It may guide a future video of mine. If I don't do any more videos with this palette, I will capture some looks that I build with it for a future kind of debrief on this once I've had a chance to play with it more. But so far, this was really easy, a lot of fun, and the brush is great too. Where's the brush? No problems with the brush. It works great. I think it gave me the precision I need for this look at least. And except for the liner brush, but I think that most of us would agree that we wouldn't expect to have a liner brush necessarily in a brush that comes in a palette. I'm liking Wild West. Let me know what you think. As I said, I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.